What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mag. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. We're going into Premier League action once again this coming Sunday, 4:30 kick-off down at the Etihad against Manchester City, who will be dying to get a win in this game as Liverpool and Man City are still hot on the heels of each other for who will win the Premier League title this season. And I've got to say, we're going to this one as well. 17th visit down at the Etihad. We've lost all but two of them visits, of course, with the two being draws. The sole success at the Etihad came in the 14-15 campaign in the League Cup, where Aarons and Sissoko scored in a 2-0 win against Manchester City at the Etihad. But since that game, of course, we have lost 12 successive games in the league. So it is a chance for us to end that 12 successive league defeats. And I've got to say, going into this one, it's going to be a tough game. You can see it, it's not going to be easy. It's Manchester City, they're always up for the game, even more so, in their own backyard as well. It's going to be a tough game. And looking at the Manchester City side going into it as well, there's a little bit of a boost for it in the fact that, John Stones and Kyle Walker are doubts heading into this game. But it's only a slight boost at that, Pep Guardiola's side have lost the Champions League semi-final as well. They did it in extra time away to Real Madrid on Wednesday night. In a victory for City over Newcastle, of course, would move them on to 86 points for the season with 3 games still to play, level with their 21-22 winning total from the full 38 games. And of course, 17 Premier League home games so far this season have brought 13 victories for Manchester City, 2 draws, and of course, a 0-0 draw with Southampton, a 2-2 draw with Liverpool, and 2 losses, of course, being a 2-0 loss to Palace and a 3-2 loss to Spurs. So there is a little bit of hope there for it. If Palace can get a win there, then there is a little bit of hope that we can come out of this game with something, a point or even 3. But it is going to be tricky. It's not going to be easy. Looking at our team going into it, there is a boost there as well for it. In the fact that we are now hearing Callum Wilson and Kieran Trippier could be available for the game. Callum Wilson will more than likely get included in the starting lineup for the game, but Kieran Trippier is not far off from it as well. So that is a boost there. Having them two back into the side would be absolutely massive, especially with we're still having Arsenal to play as well at St James's Park, and then that final game down at Turf Moor against Burnley as well. Ryan Fraser, however, remains unavailable, and Fabian Shaw hasn't trained this week due to a foot injury. So hopefully, it won't be long until Fabian Shaw's back in the side. But like I say, we've only got 2 games left after this, and at the moment, where we're sitting in the league is pretty decent considering, that on the 2nd of December, we were sitting at the bottom of the Premier League without a single win to a name, and now we are sitting in a pretty comfortable place in the league. I'll give you that. Absolutely amazing work by Eddie Howe and the lads to get where we are in the league. And if we're in here, then I'd be happy with it. But let's try and get a little bit higher if we can. But looking at the referee going into this game, the referee's going to be Stuart Atwell. Second game of the season involving Newcastle for the Warwickshire-based Whistler, following on from a 2-0 defeat to Arsenal, with 3 big penalty shouts, 2 for us and 1 against, were both ignored, so that doesn't bode well going into this game against Manchester City. And Atwell was in charge as well for our only victory at the Etihad in a League Cup success back in 2014. So he was the man in the middle in our only success at the Etihad, which was that League Cup game where we won 2-0 with Rolando Aarons and Moussa Sissoko scoring the goals. He also has the knack of handling PL games with Newcastle win on the road at West Ham and Everton in the 2021 campaign, and West Ham and Sheffield United in the 19/20 campaign, and Leicester in the 17/18 campaign. So he's a little bit of a good luck charm on that side of the fence, but he does cause some problems on making big decisions for penalties. The VAR, which is usually always turned off for Newcastle games, and it's usually always quite a controversial area for our games as well, is going to be the Aussie Jared Gillette, of course, who studied at Liverpool University, and of course he is the person as well that was most recently awarded a penalty when on VAR duty for the game against Wolves as well. But we'll see how the game goes. Let's see how it plays out. I'm not thinking, that we're going to come away with a win here. A point would do. At the end of the day, it's Etihad. It's going to be a tough ground to play at, as we all know. As I've just said there, it's a tough ground to play at. And if we can come away with a point out of this game, I'd be very happy. If we could come away with 3 points out of the game, obviously I'd be even more happy, that we picked up all 3 points. But we have a position to decide who wins the title with this game. If we beat Manchester City here, Liverpool's pretty much all but won the title off of this game. If we get beat by Manchester City, of course, you'd be thinking Man City's got to be winning the title, if they beat us in this game. But fingers crossed we can come away with something out of this game. I'd take a draw. Let us know your thoughts, of course, down in the comments below. Any Manchester City fans that are watching as well, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And may the best team win at the end of the day. It is what it is. We can only play what's in front of us. It is going to be a tough game. And, hopefully we can come out on top in the game with at least a point out of it. But it doesn't bode well when you look at the stats, over the previous meetings between the two sides. It really doesn't. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. As always, remember, like, share, subscribe to 100% Mags, and however that.